Hey guys, my name's Danny from Camosun Fitness and Rec. Today we're going to do what I call the plank finisher. The plank finisher and plank is basically a strength training movement for your torso. They call it your core. Your core is comprised of all the muscles around your midsection, so your rectus abdominis, obliques, lower back. Also, your glutes are engaged, and it's basically a full body workout. I consider the plank one of the more important strength training movements you can do. It can help with lower back pain and pretty much any athletic movement. So the first one we're going to do is a plank. This workout is comprised of 6 movements, and the first one's called a plank leg lift. I'll give you modifications for both. So this first one you're going to do for a minute. And the plank leg lift is you're going to have your elbows under your shoulders, feet on the ground, and you're going to be in a plank position. So when you do a plank, you want to tuck your tailbone, squeeze your glutes, and pull in your lower abs. And you're just going to take one foot off, back and forth. You can do that for a minute. So just slow and controlled. You don't want to take your foot too high off the ground. And really trying to stabilize through your pelvis and your hips. You don't want to rotate too much. Modification for that, if that's too advanced or you get tired halfway through, is you can do it from your knees and just take one knee slowly off the ground. And that's a good modification. So when I'm first starting to do this workout, I started off only being able to do 30 seconds from my toes. And then halfway through, I had to go down to my knees and finish the set from that. And that was fine. Eventually, I just built up my endurance and I could go for 45 and then 60 seconds. So the next one is for a minute as well. This one's called the high plank. Basically, it's like the top of a push-up. And you're just holding. So what I try to do is squeeze my shoulder blades a little bit. And I tuck my tailbone. So when I first started, I used to arch my lower back. That's not good. So you want to be here. Also, when I see people first starting, they stick their bum out too high or too low. You want to be in a straight line. It's called a plank because it's like a plank of wood. Okay, modification for that, just put your knees on the ground. Once again, focusing on strengthening your lower abdominals. You'll work everything else, but if you concentrate on those muscles just below your belly button, I find helps all the muscles in your core to be engaged. So you're doing that one for a minute. This next one's to work your obliques a bit more. It's called a side plank knee to elbow. So a traditional side plank is like this, okay? But we're gonna step it up a notch by doing a side plank knee to elbow. So you're gonna reach above your head and touch knee to elbow, like that. This one we're only doing for 30 seconds, but still really challenging. So modification for that one is you're gonna have your knee on the ground and still be in a side plank, okay? So it's just exactly the same, but this time your knee's on the ground. So it makes it a little less tension on your shoulder and your obliques. A couple key points here is you really wanna keep your pelvis high. So when people first start, they keep their hip on the ground, and that's not quite what we're trying to achieve there. So hip up and there. Now to make it more challenging, you just don't never touch this foot to the ground. So once you've done 30 seconds on one side, flip over and do your other. So when I do it, I think about pulling my hip towards the ceiling. Okay, so 30 seconds each side. 3 more movements and then we're done. So the next one's called the plank saw. 30 seconds in this position. It's like a regular elbow plank, but you're gonna pivot from the shoulders and ankles. So what I try to focus on is bringing my shoulders behind my elbow and then in front of my elbow. So let's see it again. When people first start, They lift and lower their butt, but we don't want to do that. We want to make sure like we stay parallel to the floor the whole time. Modification for that one is knees on the ground and just go back and forth. It's really hard to go forward and back, so I just go forward, back and forth. 30 seconds of those. All right, we're almost done. 2 more exercises. So this next one's called an elephant plank. So side plank position, hand up. You're gonna reach under and over. And what we're trying to do is rotate those shoulders forward, rotate those shoulders back. Modification for that, once again, you can put your knee on the ground, hands up, reach under and over. 30 seconds each side. So just to demo on this side, reach under. What I'm trying to do is focus on rotating my shoulders over my pelvis, and it changes the challenge of the exercise from your lateral side of your body to a bit more of your obliques and front of your abdominals. Okay, almost done. Is a high side plank again. So essentially, just finishing off in this position. So remember, squeeze your shoulder blades, tuck your tailbone, keep your abs tight, chin up. And once you've done 30 seconds of those, your workout's done. That's a really good one you can do on your lunch break, because it only takes like 6 minutes. Thanks for watching, guys.